Hey guys, welcome to David vs. Film. I am David, yo soy David, and tonight I'm watching more Miriam Margolyes on the Graham Norton Show.
I'll follow you, you follow me, let your love run free.
A big hey, hi, and hello to all of you, but to returning viewers and especially returning subscribers, what's up? Okay, so in part one of this two-part series, I was telling you guys that I got a notification on my YouTube about a suggested video with Miriam Margolyes on the Graham Norton Show. I had not seen the Graham Norton Show for years. I mean, a long time. And I had no idea who Miriam Margolyes was by name, but her face was familiar, and then I soon realized it was Professor Sprout. So I clicked on the video, watched about 60 seconds, then had to stop because I was already laughing so hard that I knew I wanted to watch this with you, because this kind of video is exactly what reaction videos are made for, to see people watch this kind of stuff, because she is hilarious. I have never laughed so hard, I don't think, in any Graham Norton segment. And that's saying a lot because he has some heavy hitters on each of his episodes. As I was also saying in the last video, I feel like every single Graham Norton episode I ever saw was a sofa full of like the glitterati of Hollywood, both like legends and current. I mean, he just gets everybody. So yeah, needless to say, I'm excited to jump in. Check out Patreon for full-length reactions, early reactions to all the other shows and movies we watch. But for now, let's jump into more Miriam Margolyes on Graham Norton.
The comedy flies, as do the bodily fluids.
Oh, Matthew
Hilarity and
Perry.
deep penetration ensues. You can have it. Go on. It's still in... Oh, no, it's not out of its cover now.
Here, I think you should have this.
Actually, I've made my own.
Oh, Miriam's been in a lot of porn.
Oh, really? I didn't realize
Only
that.
audio, though.
Only the audio.
Only audio.
I've never actually done it in front of a camera.
But you make the sounds of it.
I make the sounds, and I'm not doing it now.
No.
I was about to say, that's where it's headed, right?
I'm going to ask. You brought it up, Miriam.
I'd rather watch your show.
All right.
than-
I don't
than-
think anybody really wants this.
Do you want it?
No.
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 Here,
I'll
you
tell you
can
what,
have this.
Auction it for charity.
if we leave it there, by the end of the show, that'll be gone.
Somebody will take it.
Look at him. Look at him in the shirt. He's eyeing it up. He's eyeing. Yeah, if I can start my girlfriend, I can get that into my bag. Now, have you ever been... Because you would make a very good Bond villain, I think, Miriam.
I'd love
Oh,
to.
she
have
would.
been
Good
idea, isn't it?
Rosa Krebs was one of the Bond villains, played by Bertolt Brecht's wife in the film. Yeah, I'd love to have been. Well, we'd all. I mean,
Yes.
there's something magic about James Bond. It's just a magic.
But you were in Harry Potter, weren't you?
I was,
Yeah,
yes.
that's
Yeah.
That's actually
that was
magic,
terrific.
yeah. Yeah.
That was terrific.
Yeah.
And she's also worked with the biggest
Very much
action
so.
star of them all, not Sylvester Stallone, Arnold Schwarzenegger. Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yes, I worked with Arnold Schwarzenegger, which was a horrible experience.
She is so just direct.
Why so horrible, Miriam?
Refreshing.
Well, the real reason is because, because he didn't fancy me, he didn't think I mattered, and I really resent that attitude. And secondly,
Makes
because he
sense.
farted in my face.
That is her, that I've learned so far in a nutshell, a
That
very
was
like
when
normal
I was
response
lying
with just
on
the
ground,
worst.
you know, in the part, I was playing my role, and I was Satan's sister, and I had to be killed lying on the floor with a glass table slicing my throat.
Oh.
Yes.
So I was doing all that, and you know, it's difficult. You can't get out of the way when you're stuck like that.
No.
And he thought it was hysterical. He just... Arnold.
So he did it on purpose? He just squatted in your face and...
Absolutely on
Her
purpose.
face, absolutely on purpose.
On purpose.
I'm thinking about the man. Oh, he eats nothing but protein.
No. True.
Well, let's draw a veil. I'll ask him about it next time he's on the show.
It's different when you're working
I think broccoli
class,
would be
you know, you
worse
come
though
back
than the
speaking
proteins
posh.
even, right?
It does set people's teeth on edge.
Yeah, it
I know.
does.
Because I have a posh voice and I wish I didn't, but I just do. And
You can change your accent. You should do that.
I
Just,
do.
you know,
I
choose an
always
accent
do.
a day.
I always, if I need something in the street, I always become Scottish.
I've got to ask you, what do you need in the street?
You never
He's
know.
such a good host.
The time or a road or a garage, you know, something
Okay,
like
yes.
that.
Oh,
Why
sorry.
Scottish?
I tell you why, and this is true. Scottish is a classless sound, and it's friendly. Excuse me, could you tell me where the nearest garage is? I don't know where I am at the moment. I'm just slightly lost here. Could you help me out?
That's true. Very disarming.
It's friendly. It's friendly.
May have rumbled you now, but that's that Scottish woman, I hope. Now, is it fair to say, Miriam, that you are not physically shy?
Yes, it is fair to
Yes,
say
I thought that was fair to say. Because what was the story? You had a run-in with, was it painters at the BBC you had a run-in with?
Yes, my goodness, things get around.
Oh my God. She thinks everything is so great, right? I love her.
One of the problems when you're stacked,
She's never
as I am,
taken
you
off
know,
guard,
when
it
you
seems
sort of
like.
run along a corridor. I know you're stacked, but just lower down. My stacking is here.
It still means the same stack.
Oh, yes, it still means the same, I'm sure. And I was going past these painters, and they made fun of me because my tits were wiggling and, you know, I was running along. And I thought, I'm not having that. I'm not having that. And, you know, when you confront people, they get very nervous.
Oh,
So
that's
I
true,
stopped,
yeah.
And I went over to them, and I looked at them, and I took their great big hands, and I put them... I put them on my great big breasts. They were terrified. And next time, when I was going back along the corridor, they were painting. They didn't say a word.
Oh my God. She's such a good storyteller too, that she knows exactly where to like pause
Was it
and draw
this
it out.
year? Was it? No, I think it was last year.
And then
you
that
had, and this is, you had a
delivery.
really lovely honour from your school. Was it Oxford School?
Oxford High School.
Oxford High School. Did you go there?
I went there from 1945 to 1959.
Wow.
It's the best school in the world. That is why I talk as I talk, clearly. And
Clearly.
I hardly ever use the word like. And they named a theatre space after me, which was a real thrill. They actually wanted Maggie Smith, because she was at the school as well, Dame Maggie. And
We're on the same
they
age.
asked me to ask Dame Maggie if she would like to give her name to this space in the school. And I asked her, you know, on their behalf, would she? And she said, no, I don't want to do that. I didn't like the school at all. Why don't you do it? You'd like that, wouldn't you? You do that.
Pretty good. Pretty good, Maggie
So they
Smith.
asked me, and I said yes.
That's really great, actually. Good story.
And now, it is extraordinary that you've become so established. You do lots of work for charities, I know. Which
Well, when you get to my age, you sort of do that sort of thing, you know. Not everybody can do it. But I don't work all the time. So in the spare moments I have, I do things for breast cancer and kidney transplants and stroke association and all those different things, you know. I love doing stuff for charity. I get a kick out of it. Some of you may have actually
good.
seen me on Loose Women quite recently.
That's not
talking
charity.
about breast cancer. Well, it was. It was. Don't interrupt, darling.
I was about to say.
It's like question time.
Kind of got a feeling that was coming. A little bit. A little bit.
But here's the thing. So Miriam, you're very kind of embraced by establishment, but you've always been quite a wild child, I would say.
A little bit, yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, no, for instance-
naughty. I was naughty.
Yes, because you brought our attention to this photograph. Now, what is going on? This is the 1970s, I think. Is this one of your first jobs?
Oh, wow.
Girls of slender means. I'm in the front. Behind me is Mary Tam, Patricia Hodge, and Jane Cussons, who I think is here tonight.
Where's Jane Cousins?
There she is. There.
Oh, there's Jane Cousins.
Poor girl, just trying to blend in with the crowd.
Are you all in the knit?
Yes, well, what happened was we had to have a scene in which everybody stripped naked. And we were a little bit shy about it. They closed the studio, of course. And we insisted that the cameramen took off their clothes as well. And we had a photograph of ourselves covered up because it was just coming up to Valentine's Day. And then they did one as well for us.
And we've got that picture as well. This is unbelievable they did this. So this is the crew.
Oh, my God. Good for them.
My favourite one. My favourite, though, if you pay attention, look how cocky John is.
Well, I think that's John Henschel who is responsible for getting us all together again. And I should mention our director, Moira Armstrong. It was just the most wonderful experience. 1976, and we are still all great friends.
Oh,
we love
very
each other,
good.
don't we, Jane? It's just such a wonderful...
It looks better now.
They were all very beautiful. They were all very beautiful girls.
Yes, you do. You look fabulous. Yes.
She's actually single, so if anybody's...
There it is. I was waiting for, like, the Miriam
It's a proper
Margolyes part of it.
world
That
tour.
was
You've
it.
been in Australia already.
And New Zealand.
Oh, you've done New Zealand already.
Dear New Zealand, yes.
But you get here on 23rd of June. It's tomorrow, Saturday.
Is that tomorrow? Yes, it is.
It is.
Yes.
And then you go to Canada and the States?
Yes.
Yes, very good.
Yes.
So
And
people
all around England as well.
Oh, yeah, yes, all right.
Taunton. We're going to Taunton.
What part of the States are you going to?
I'm going to California.
That's where I'm from.
Yes, I know that, darling. And Chicago.
Nice.
Yes. And Yale. And all over Massachusetts.
When you say Yale, you have to say Yale.
Yale.
Oh. Got it.
Because you're doing... The show is Dickens Women, and we'll talk about it in a bit, but in order to get sort of match fit, you've become a vegetarian.
Yes, well, I knew that I'm 71 and I'm overweight and not particularly fit, and I thought I must get fit to do this tour. So I went to India to an Ayurvedic clinic, and I had oil enemas every day.
Oh, God.
For 6 weeks.
Oh, my God.
So I'm going to pause it just real quick to say that, like, I love her so much, first of all. Like, it's an instant love. It's an instant true love that will never go away just for this woman, okay? But one of the things I enjoy the most about her is that even though you think you know where the story's going, you have no idea. It's just a complete 180 from what you thought. I love that about her stories.
Odd. Does a mechanic do that? I mean, what?
Not
And her
really,
faces.
no,
Is it
it's-
hot oil, cold oil?
I think it's warm. I think, but it's warm afterwards anyway. And it really was amazing, and that's where I became a vegetarian. I eat fish, but not poultry or red meat.
Yeah.
And it really got me fit. It got me going, and I was able to do the tour so far without missing a show or feeling poorly or anything.
Yeah. Well, you look amazing. You look very fit and healthy.
Do you think so?
You really do.
Oh, bless you.
Yes.
Thank you.
Because you...
Thank you.
So sweet.
And you do swimming.
I swim every day. I haven't met you in the pool yet. But I imagine that you're a bit faster than I am in the pool.
Well, if I am there, I'm probably raising money for charity.
He's clever. Who is this guy? I don't know
I don't
him.
know if it's the way the program's edited, but your trip did seem dominated by the toilet.
Well, this sounds like my favorite show ever.
Well, look, I'm nearly 75, and you can't hang on to it as well as you can at your age. So it becomes important to be able to get to a toilet when you want to.
Is everything okay right now?
If I start to fidget, get worried.
All right.
Oh, my God.
Yes, I mean, I think everybody would feel the same. You know, you want to
Who
be
is
able
she?
to
I
get
don't
to a
know the other
toilet.
girl
Yes.
either. I don't
And
know who
in
that is.
India, if you can get to a toilet, it's not always a toilet you want to get to. You put it like that, because it's a dirty hole in the ground with 2 footprints and not much cover and lots of flies and shit on the wall and everything. It's not pleasant. But if you're in a hotel or somewhere like that, of course, it's absolutely as it would be in the West.
Why are there 2 footprints?
1 for each foot.
Logical.
I
Painted a lovely picture with words, Miriam.
I mean, there's much more to India than
Yes, no,
dirty
of course there
toilets,
is,
you
yes.
know, but it's just something that was important to me.
Well, listen, we've got a clip. This is you getting ready for breakfast with your fellow travellers.
Oh, I haven't seen any of it.
Well, you will
so
see
I'm
it
quite
now.
interested.
Watch with interest.
Oh, I guess I don't get to see the clip. I don't like that.
I bought
Waiting.
tickets for your show, by the way.
Oh, thank you.
I
Have you
have.
bought tickets for Maki's
Not yet,
show?
but I will.
Oh my God.
I don't ask the comps ever. I always
No?
pay for...
Okay.
No,
Well,
I
we'd
pay
love
my
for you
way.
to come.
I will come, and I might come backstage.
Just
and
make sure
frighten you.
she's... new.
Well, of course I can.
I will guarantee you one thing, there will be bathrooms backstage.
At the Playhouse, hardly, but... And you've exposed yourself as well.
Yes, yeah.
We don't have a picture, sadly. Calm down, everyone. But actually, if we could find the women involved in this story, how brilliant. But we haven't, but go.
Is this me working in that very rather sort of grubby cafe, being a sort of this greasy teenager and wearing my very tight black jeans and entering the bakery early in the morning from a late night out and having just learnt how to make cappuccinos. Cappuccinos had just arrived in England, hadn't been around for a while, and so I used to make them terribly big and frothy, not how you meant to make them. They were sort of repulsive and undrinkable but at the time. And I put them down. I remember 2 lovely ladies coming into the cafe, and I think I just learned how to hold the 2 cappuccinos in one hand, which I was very impressed by, and then I had some revolting, greasy croque, something or other. What's it called? A croque?
Monsieur.
Croque monsieur in the other. And I had these terrible old jeans on which had a big hole in the thing. And so as I was placing them down, shaking and sort of feeling rather sweaty and anxious anyway, that my thing just fell out and just dangled and rested on the edge. And I wasn't aware of it at the time, so this awful look. That look.
Exactly. I was going to say Miriam's face. The best. Her expression.
That exact expression. And it was just neatly resting on the end, and I pulled it in, and it was a horrible moment.
You mean your cock fell out of your hand?
See, whatever you're thinking happened, she's going to put words to.
And rested on the edge. And there was nothing I could do because I was holding this.
Did anyone mention it?
Oh, they were repulsed by it. It was meant to be it was a patisserie of a high class patisserie.
Did you at least kind of go scusi?
No, I don't know what I had. I just backed off. We were all so enjoy, and then I went off. Awful. It was really pathetic and sort of not very good either. It didn't look good.
It fell out.
I know. I don't know what kept in.
Yeah.
Well, you mentioned it earlier.
That was because I saw it. But I didn't see it out on the table.
You didn't. But I don't know. I think we wore...
Graham's face. The faces are the best in all these videos.
She gave me some very good advice. And mentioned my penis.
Oh, yes.
He's beautifully...
No! It wasn't like that.
We don't have good shows like this in the U.S. We just don't.
I loved it.
Oh my God.
I wasn't repelled. The
No.
word is repelled, not repulse.
No.
Repelled.
I left you alone in makeup for 10 minutes.
I was very impressed you'd noticed it altogether.
The funny
Never
thing
gets
is,
mentioned.
when you're gay, as I am, and you never see a cock from, you know, Martin Mass to Christmas, you're very aware of them. You're very aware. They're hanging all around all the time. And I'm very short. And
I was standing, yes, I was standing
you
up.
were standing up.
I was standing.
So there you
I was
go.
standing very close.
No, I bought
Oh
a
my
DVD,
God.
which is brilliant. I don't want the lady who did this DVD to think I'm being negative about it. It's great. And I've done it for weeks. And I just presumed that the lady was some sort of yoga master of her whole life, and she'd trained in the Far East or something. And a mate came round and I showed it him and said, I've been doing this yoga DVD, it's absolutely brilliant. And he went, mate, she's on Emmerdale File. She's really good.
But she's from Emmerdale.
She's a lesbian character from Emmerdale File.
Oh, really? I'm one of those.
So proud.
You know, in America, they don't say that much on television, but I like to say it, because I think it gives people courage.
Yes.
I think
They say that.
I've never met a lesbian before.
Because, Miriam, now, you didn't... I'm guessing you don't sugarcoat things. Do you get starstruck when you meet people?
I do sometimes.
I will say real quickly that a lot of these clips are from, it looks like, the same handful of episodes. And that tells me these episodes must have just been hilarious. I wish I could do full episodes on YouTube without worry with copyright, but it's impossible. But these all look amazing. So I'm glad to get the highlights, but I have to watch these full episodes at some point.
I do sometimes. I remember when I was young, and I met Laurence Olivier.
Wow.
That was... I used to collect autographs at the stage door, you know, and he came out, and I remember so distinctly that I started to cream in my knickers. I could feel it. I could actually...
Oh my God!
All funny. That is true. You know what I mean? I know exactly what you mean.
Wherever we thought that story was going.
Right? Exactly.
That isn't it.
I honestly don't think I've ever been more uncomfortable.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
I think that's the worst moment of my life.
Excuse me.
Oh, dear.
It can only get better. So.
Well, that's a lovely story, Miriam.
Right.
Thank you for sharing. I think that's in the compilation. That's great.
But I think that's a tribute.
No,
That's
it
a
isn't. No greater compliment, Miriam. Yes. I think we should all get fans out now.
Here, fan yourself.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Oh my God. Everything's right on cue.
I know, Miriam, you have a story.
Look at her all cuddled
is
up
it
now.
You in Edinburgh.
I'm going to Edinburgh with my show.
Oh, yes, Dickens
And the
women all
last
over the
time,
world.
that's right,
Yes.
the last time I was in Edinburgh, I hope this isn't going to offend anybody.
It's fine, far ahead.
Oh, God.
I'm going to be offended.
Is that Adam Lambert?
I hope you won't.
Yeah.
I was walking home late after a show one night, and I was walking through the Meadows, which is a kind of field in the middle of Edinburgh, and I heard a rustling above me. Almost everything is above me, actually. So short. And I looked up, and I saw a young man masturbating in the tree.
The life this woman has had.
Yeah, climb up there.
He climbed up, and I said, "What are you doing?"
And he said,
And he
making
said-
it rain.
Oh, God.
Well,
That's vivid.
I felt concerned.
Yes, of course.
And I said, "What is your occupation?" And he said, "I'm a soldier." And I said, "In the tattoo?" Because you know there's an Edinburgh tattoo.
Yes.
And he said, "Yes, I am." And I said, "Come down at once." So he sort of slid down the tree. And I said, "You know you can get into trouble for doing what you're doing.
Did you do what you did with the painters with him?
I
With the hands on the breast.
You've heard of helping hands, haven't you? You know what?
Oh my God.
Yes. I helped him out. And he was charming. And I must say, also grateful.
Jesus, Miriam.
He was grateful.
He was a soldier, and you've got to support the troops.
Oh my God. This woman, I'm telling you guys, when I watched Harry Potter, I had no idea. I feel like almost now there should be a behind the scenes on every Harry Potter actor to see if they're as amazing as Miriam Margolyes is with her life and her stories. Like I said, in the last video, I started watching Graham Norton, you know, with a friend of mine back home years ago, saw a few episodes and then kind of got away from it. And YouTube suggested this. And I only, again, had to watch about probably a minute before I knew this is something that we should share together. And I don't think I'm wrong in that because this was hilarious. This is, again, kind of a first, you know, for the channel. I know this is kind of where reaction videos are more like kind of rooted, is in people watching, you know, old, I mean, I guess going back to like Vine, you know, like seeing all these videos online and making comments about them. But if this format is something you enjoy, you know, the non-scripted shows and movies, let me know because, you know, I can do these all day long. These are easy, no big deal. And God knows I love it. I have not laughed this hard, I don't think, in a while. So anyway, thank you so much for taking some time today to watch this with me. I certainly appreciate that, as well as I appreciate the likes, the shares, subscribes, all those things that are free to you. They really do help out the channel. But most importantly, I hope you have a great rest of the day/night, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.
I love the chase and the hunt, and I set the pace when I'm running. I always take what I want, and I always give it 100. Don't need a bank, no, I'm funded. Play the game like it's nothing. I'm always thankful for something. Don't take for granted, stay humble.